So, YouTube, we got a very special treat for you guys. Also, we're streaming live from my business page, Antoine, Campbell, REI Giver. Today we're doing Saturday school. Usually we do this as a private event, but I want to show people the amount of training we actually put into these Saturday schools with our instructors. Me being one of the instructors, I want to get you guys some games, man, and talk about objections. Right, objections is a really big thing that I think a lot of people can't uh, accomplish because they don't understand the different ways to present the rebuttals to the sellers once they receive the objection. So today we're going to be talking about that. I got my sidekick with me, Apple here. She's in charge of marketing, and she's going to be with me today as we do this event. Like I said, we don't do this stuff publicly. Most of the times it's done privately for our paid clients, but I want to show you guys exactly the amount of training, what we do for our team. And the VAs, we have hundreds and hundreds of VAs in our pool, and we do this extensive training just because we feel like ongoing training is necessary. Once you hire a VA, it doesn't stop there. They need consistency. You need consistency, and that's why one day you should sign up and work with us and come to these trainings. So basically, this is like an open house to give you a sneak peek of what you may get when you work with a company like us, V1 Marketing and Training. So we're going to get straight into the slides, and I'm going to be talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. Now, at any given time, guys, if you have questions, continue to drop your questions. I will put your questions up on the screen. Adrian, what's up, my brother? Hope all is well. Watching from DC, I love Washington, DC. That's where I'm born and raised. Man, I appreciate everybody. Do me a favor, guys. Drop where you're watching from in the chats. New Jersey in the house. New Jersey, New Jersey, New Jersey. New Jersey is an awesome place. I don't know why, but every time I ride through that, I like it, especially coming on the Jersey Turnpike. You could drive like 100 miles an hour and the police don't pull you up. But that being said, let's get this thing started. Let me open up the slides really quickly. Move tab to a new window. Cool. Adjust it. Usually I have my big screen, but today I don't have my big screen. And do me a favor, guys. Share this post. If you think that this is value, share it out to all the groups you're a part of. Share this to someone who may be struggling with doing deals or who may be struggling with actually handling objections. And like I said, we may do a little more of these. If you like this stuff, just let us know. Okay, we got Houston in the house. I just want to make sure I give everybody a shout out before we get going. We got Houston in the house. And like I said, and most times we even have Mitch, France, Nika, that's a part of the Saturday school program. But
This is the first time for me.
yeah, this is the first time for Apple. I usually do it by myself, but I always ask somebody to come just in case someone has an issue or a question and I can't see it, they can let them know. So, have you ever experienced being declined by a friend or family member? I know I have. When I first met my wife, she was denying me and declining me every single time I asked her for a date, and she gave me a bunch of objections, and I had to figure out rebuttals to get around the objections. So this doesn't just work on the phone; this work in your personal life and everything. Have you asked a favor and you gotten the answer no, guys? How many times you ask somebody a favor like, hey man, let me hold something. Hey, can you go pick my children up? Hey man, can you do this for me? And they said no, right? No is one of the worst things ever in life. I don't know who invented that word. I hate that word. When handling objections and managing through tough conversations, the last thing anyone wants to feel like is they're being attacked. I know that most people don't want to feel like they're being attacked, or they don't want to feel like they've been in the hot seat. So, that's the thing about a negotiation. So we're going to talk about Let's talk about things that will take your objection handling skills basically to the next level. Can I talk about a few things, guys? Can I get your permission this morning? I know it's a little early in the morning, it's a Saturday morning, but let's talk about how we're going to get your objection handling skills to the next level. You can apply this stuff on the cold calling side of things. You can apply this stuff on the acquisition side of things. You can apply this stuff on the disposition side of things. Even if you're not running a real estate business, this information still applies to you. So here's some things I can guarantee you about it in this training. You're going to be able to define what objection handling is, right? You're going to be able to understand the proper steps to handling objections. You're going to be able to identify effective objection statements from this. So I just want to talk to you guys and let you know what is objection handling. And the textbook answer basically is when a prospect basically presents a concern about the product or the service you're selling, and the salesperson responds in a way that alleviates those concerns and allow the deal to basically move forward, guys. Objections help build relationships because they give the opportunity to clarify communication and revisit your relationships with the prospects. The best way to handle objection is to be thorough in every part of the selling process, from qualifying through the pre-approach and through the presentation, right? So how do we overcome objections? That's something that you may be wondering. How do I overcome objections? Here's some steps that you're going to be able to overcome objections. First of all, guys, you got to learn how to clarify things. That's the first and by far the most important step, is to clarify the objection. Clarification can be a challenge because it requires you to think, guys. It requires you to think really quickly on your feet. Avoid sounding confrontation and avoid talking too much. So look at being on the phones with your prospect in the same way as a person may be boxing. So as you get objections, you want to kind of throw jabs back and give them solid rebuttals, where you're not coming off as being confrontational, you're not coming off as being a pest, you're not coming off as offending them in any type of way, because you're understanding that you're trying to clarify what the objection is first and foremost before anything. Acknowledge, okay? Acknowledging another person's objection means it's time for you to confirm your understanding of the person's concern. Clarifying may help you get, basically the right objection, and acknowledging will confirm it. So the easiest way to acknowledge, say, hey, Mr. Seller, I agree. I completely understand. Hey, Mr. Seller, I agree. If I was in your shoes, I would get sick and tired of people calling my house trying to buy my house. But the good thing is you have that on your side. So let's talk about how we can get you a great offer. So you got to kind of play with the scripts. You got to kind of put the twist on it your way, and don't be so textbook. I think a lot of people struggle with being on the phones is because, and this is something I struggled early on, but when I had my first business, I didn't know that I was becoming a master negotiator. I didn't know I was becoming a master at understanding objections. Like, you hear every excuse why the prospect don't want to move forward with you. You hear every excuse of why they can't commit now. And then you start to figure out and understand how to address people. And then that helps me later on in my career. So you guys need to learn how to listen, to understand, and not just respond. You ever hear somebody, you talking to them, you're like, yeah, man, we about to do this and do that. And they're like, yeah. And you're like, yeah, we about to do this and that. Yeah. And when this work out, we're going to do this and that. They're like, yeah, okay, sure. They're not listening to understanding. They're listening just to respond, to show you that maybe I am into this conversation, but I'm definitely not here mentally. So avoid reacting too quickly and defensively, guys. Make sure you listen attentively by focusing on the voice and unvoiced objections of the prospect. I'm not interested. How many times you get somebody you cold calling and they're like, hey, I'm not interested? Statements can be translated to different meanings depending on how you understand and reacted to the situation. I'm not interested. Great. Listen, guys, watch this. I'm about to give you some souls. Early in the morning. I'm not interested. Great. Well, while I have you on the phone, let me ask you, do you know anybody else who may be interested and receiving a cash offer. Always, rule number one in sales, always push for a referral. If your prospect don't want to work with you, that don't mean they don't know nobody else that don't want to work with you. So always push for a referral. So listen to this. I'm not interested. Basically, I'm busy. No time to discuss right now. That don't mean they're not interested. So I'm not interested could mean a bunch of different things. I'm not interested. That could mean the offer's too low. I'm not interested. Basically, they can't understand what you're probably offering them. I'm not interested. I am not convinced that you can give me that. Or I'm not interested basically means I am not interested. So make sure you're able to listen to understand the real objection, because I'm not interested could mean so many things at the point in talking to that person that it doesn't necessarily translate to I'm not interested. So respond appropriately. I think this is something that a lot of newer people struggle with. One common objection handling pitfall is responding, guys. Most of the time, we're too focused on the call flow or the scripts that we read or use that the suggested verbiage without factoring in the relevancy. And what I mean is, some of you guys are reading off the script so hard that some of that information that you're reading off the script to your prospect doesn't even pertain to them. So they're on the other end of the phone like, what? What are you talking about? So I teach everybody I work with and I be around to, hey, yes, understanding your script is a great thing. I completely agree. But the script should be a framework to keep you in the direction of what you want the conversation to be. You should be able to do an acapella or solo where you're not actually reading off the script word for word. You're just using it to get to the next form of asking questions. So make sure that you're responding appropriately and not just responding off what the script say, because some of that stuff is not relevant to the conversation at hand. Acknowledge the objection is just the starting point, guys. I just want you to know that that's just the beginning. Make sure that you know how to transition properly and address objections based on what was established on the call. That's very important. How are you going to do that? I know you probably want to like, okay, Antoine, how are we going to do this? Well, here's how you're going to do it. You want to start the call off right. You want to make sure that you're using proper tone, and you want to be confident and sure that you gain a prospect trust on how you open a conversation, right? You want to kind of minimize the and like a lot of the different gaps and pauses in between talking to the prospect. Hey, hey, Apple, how you doing today? Who is this? Oh, this is Antoine. Antoine who? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm a local investor, and we're looking to buy a few houses this month, and we figured we'd give you a call just to see if would you be interested in a no obligation cash offer. You see how I just call that person and versus, hey, is this Apple? No, this is not Apple. Out the gate, you're riddled with objections. But if you say, hey, Apple, now that prospect on the other end of the phone either going to be two things: a bold-faced liar, or they're going to correct you quickly and say this is not Apple. But if you acknowledge that this is Apple, and they know for a fact that they're Apple, it takes a strong person to lie blatantly like that. So you got to talk with confidence, guys. So that's why we tell people, open up the conversation, address people. If they say this not Apple, I'm so sorry, Apple. Matter of fact, is this even Apple phone? No, it's not Apple phone. Then who I have the pleasure of speaking with today? Because I was on the assumption that this was Apple phone. Oh, this is her cousin. Great. Well, do me a favor. Could you let Apple know that I was giving her a call? Great. Do me a favor. Is there a way that you can put me in touch with Apple and give me her number? No. Great. Well, let me ask you this. We're looking to buy a house similar to the house that Apple has. Do you know anybody else that may have a house that they're interested in selling? We pay referral fees. Remember, always push for the referral. Also, ask the right questions for you to gain enough understanding of the prospect situations, the pain points, motivations, and hesitations. Use the gain information to position the offer and address objections when necessary. So if the seller's telling you, yeah, I'm interested in selling, why are you interested in selling, Mr. Seller? Well, for the simple fact that I can't afford this property and I haven't been able to make on-time monthly payments. Then you write that down, or if you're in acquisitions, you'll say, hey, Mr. Seller, why would you continue to stay here and put yourself in a situation where we can help you sell your property and you walk away with a nice check? You know, my mama always told me some money is better than no money. Sometimes I use wisdom. I use what people told me as a reference to get my point across. So, call listening. We're not going to do this today because typically, like I said, this is private training. We'll listen to calls, but as you see the value and information, listen to some calls and identify objections are being handled appropriately. So we're not going to take time today on YouTube. And first and foremost, this is YouTube, and we don't want anyone's information out there. So we respect our clients' privacy and our potential, prospects that may be interested in selling a house to us privacy. But let me check and see if these calls are edited out.
Hi there, good afternoon. I'm looking for Sean.
This is what can I do for you?
Hi there, Sean. Hope you're doing good. By the way, my name is Ed with In and Out Home Buyers. I know this call is a bit out of the blue, but I was calling about the property I believe you own at 5035 Terry Avenue.
Yeah, I don't understand why everybody's calling. I'm not selling my. It would take a. I do the same thing you do, man. Unless you'll give me about 75,000 for it.
Oh, all right. Well, here's what we can do. Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. Just for 2 minutes, I'll be asking you some questions. Then I'll go ahead and relay that to our home buying specialist. Then you'll get an offer within 24 to 48 hours. Sounds good?
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give it a shot then. So I'm going to run some few questions here. Again, I'm speaking with Mr. Sean Ward. Am I right?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. And a good callback number for you, just in any case that this call will be disconnected, is 7733-013095.
Yep.
Again, your property is located at 5035 Terry Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri 63115.
Right.
Okay.
What's going on in that area? Because I keep getting a bunch of calls. Something's going on over there.
Well, you know what? To tell you honestly, the market is really hot right now. Okay, that's the reason why.
Area? Do you know that area?
Well,
have you guys looked at the comps in the area?
Actually, to be honest with you, we are located on different states. It just so happened that I'm the person who calls someone whoever is interested in selling their property on that area.
Oh, yeah, because I haven't expressed any interest in selling.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sorry?
Yeah, I've never expressed an interest in selling that house. I own it outright. I own all of my houses outright. So why would I sell it? I don't have a mortgage on it.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, at least I didn't expect for you to be interested, right? But I do know that you might be interested on how much might your property worth nowadays. Am I right?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So is your property occupied or vacant?
I got a renter in there right now.
So it's occupied. All right. And is your property listed with a realtor?
No.
Okay. And again, you are the owner of the property, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the condition of your property? I mean, is it in a good condition?
It's a good, yeah.
Good condition. Okay. How many bedrooms and bathrooms do you have?
It's 2 bedrooms. There's an addition on the back and 1 bath.
2 bedroom and 1 bathroom.
Yep.
Okay. And are there any renovations made in the last 5 years?
No, I haven't done anything in the last 5 years.
Okay. And how soon, let's say for example, you get the offer that you're looking for, how soon can you, and we offer you cash money. So how soon can you sell? Is it just within 7 days, 30, 60?
What, the title company and all that stuff? So probably, I don't know, 30.
30 days. Okay.
or sooner, you know.
All right.
Well, title search only takes, you could do probably 10 days.
10
I know
days?
about this too. So yeah, whatever the title search will come back, which I don't owe
Alright.
anything on it. So
Okay. So is it safe for me to say around 10 to 30 days?
yeah, say that.
Okay. Well, aside from this call, what is the reason for you selling?
There is no other reason.
No reason at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't have a reason to sell, but I mean, if I get the money talks.
Exactly. But if you get the offer that you're looking for with cash, right? Why not? Yeah?
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm sorry. How much was your selling price again?
I mean, based on that area, I know they're going in that zip code for like 50. I'll take 54.
$50,000, 50 grand. Okay.
Cash. Yep.
Cash, yeah. Okay. Because again, we actually buy properties cash and in an as-is condition. So you don't really want to, invest a single dime on your property. We'll take care of everything. Okay.
Well,
And is that 50 grand negotiable?
you said 15 or 50?
50.
All right. No, I wouldn't come down lower than that.
Non-negotiable then. All right.
Because I don't really care. Well, no, I'm not. I wouldn't go any lower than that.
I see. All right. And is it okay for our home buying specialist to give you a call within, 20 to 48 hours?
Sure.
Again, the good callback number is this number, right?
Yep.
773-301-3095.
Yep.
Okay. So let me just check it here. Do you happen to know how big is the property?
So that's about 1,000 square feet.
1,000. Okay. And is there a garage?
No. There's a spot for a garage, but there's concrete back there.
Oh, okay. And I would just like to make sure there are no any major or minor repairs that needs to be done.
Nothing major.
Okay. Nothing major, but what about minor?
It might be so. I haven't attended it for the past probably 3 or 4 years. It might be some minor stuff. Could be.
Could be, okay, but you haven't checked it, actually. You haven't
No,
checked
I don't
it.
know. No.
Let me just take note of that, okay?
All right.
Do you also happen to know anyone who's selling on your area?
No,
Just so at least I can call it.
my God, everybody I know wants to keep them because they're doing some work over in the area.
I see.
They're bringing the NGA, national government thing over that way.
Okay, sounds good. Let me, I'll check into that as well. Well, anyway, I already have all the information that I needed. Again, I believe I have all the information here I need from you. So, the next step for us is to have our home buying specialist review the details and call you back, again, with an offer, cash offer. So,
Yep.
again, that will happen within 24 to 48 hours, okay?
Yep, sounds good.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Sean. There's anything that, if you have any questions, just give me a call, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You have a good one, Sean.
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
So that was a call that came from one of our callers that we train. Now, here's some two. I'm gonna start off with the negative first. I don't like praising people. I like to beat up people, then I praise them. So when the seller was pointing out some good stuff about what they bringing to the area, he just sounded uninterested and like he was busy and not listening. Remember, I told you I have to listen and then match the listening to the right rebuttal. So he said, "I will look into it." Instead of saying amazing, what do you know about this government project? How do you feel? I can see, Mr. Seller, you're a landlord. How do you feel about that? Would you want to sell more of your properties? Do you have anything else you may be interested in hearing an offer on, even if you're not interested in selling? The good thing I like about it, how he kept control of the conversation, how he kept his tone, his tonality. He wasn't rushing through the questions. He was always asking for permission to move forward. Also, he he reaffirmed and reconfirmed that the information that was presented to him as a cold caller is in fact correct. He validated the phone number. And then he asked the seller again, is it okay if our home buying specialist call you in the next 24 to 48 hours? So he set the expectations to the prospect that someone will be reaching out to you within a day or two, but there's no dedicated time. Why is that important? It's important because as an acquisition manager, from a cold caller handing off the lead to the acquisition manager, the sellers can't say, well, you're supposed to call me back yesterday at 3 o'clock. I'm not interested. Versus, hey, man, Mr. Seller, I'm pretty sure my cold caller told you I was giving you a call in between 24 to 48 hours, so my apologies if it wasn't exactly at 3 o'clock. That's a better conversation to have because you have that on your side. And like I said, when he pushed for a referral, do you have anything else you want to sell? That was a big thing. And that's what some of you guys got to understand, that even if the seller is telling you on the phone that, hey, I am not motivated currently, that doesn't stop you from a cold calling perspective to pursue him as a warm or lukewarm or warm lead. Because at the end of the day, if a tenant, let me tell you a secret sauce. If the tenant stopped paying, guess who's going to be motivated? If the tenant start paying slowly, guess who's going to be motivated? Because there's nobody in America that I can think of that wants to pay 2 mortgages, even if they have millions in their bank account. It's just something about paying money when you know you shouldn't be paying money that pisses you off. So, like I said, on these calls and on the training that we train the VAs, we teach them how to get through the script. You notice that it doesn't sound like he was reading off the script word for word, but he was sticking within his framework. Sometimes he stepped out there and went outside of the script where it sounds like he's an actual human. You get what I'm saying? So he agreed with the seller at certain points in the conversation. I agree. Rule number 1, always agree. I agree. But if you're agreeing and you know that you're agreeing to is some horseshit or you don't like what you're agreeing to, say, hey, Mr. Seller, I agree, but. When you say but, the but allows you to insert your objection or your rebuttal into the objection to correct why you disagree without saying I disagree. Hey, Mr. Seller, I agree, but this is why. So you guys got to start getting good at that. I'm gonna move on. So we'll play one more call. Let me know if this is something that you guys want to continue us to put out. You know what I mean? Like I said, these are usually private trainings for our clients who pay us in their VAs to get ongoing training. And what I want for you guys to start doing, if you're watching on Facebook, share this to all your Facebook groups. If you're watching on YouTube, share this to anybody that you think this is relevant to. And if you currently have questions or you currently have any cold call objection handling questions, then this is the point where you should be dropping your questions in the comment section so we can post it and start to answer questions.
Sorry, but
Hello?
hi, good afternoon. Is this Donald's number?
This is Eaton Properties. How can I help you?
Oh, hi, good afternoon. The reason of my call, I just wanted to see if you would consider an offer in your property there.
What property?
I believe I'm actually calling for the address of 11675 Petite Drive, St. Louis, Missouri, 63137. Is that correct?
Petite Chalet?
Yes, that's correct. Drive?
Let me see if it's... I mean, right now we've got a renter in it.
Oh, you're actually renting the place. Okay, that's good to hear.
Well, we're property management. That's what we do.
Oh, property. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that clearly. I see. Well, I just want to ask, ma'am, is this actually property? I mean, is the owner interested in selling the property?
No, not. He's not. No.
Oh, okay. I see. Gotcha. But if you don't mind me asking, ma'am, how about?
So I'm gonna stop right there so I won't forget because I don't have my notes. But listen, this is one of the things I didn't like about the call thus far. The person that she's talking to is the gatekeeper. First of all, in any sales transaction, identify who's the gatekeeper, right? If you know for a fact there's an owner and this is a property management, she should pick up and say, why would a property management company will want the owner to sell a property so they can stop getting paid their property management fee? It doesn't benefit them to cooperate with you in any type of way. So what you can do and say, hey, Mrs. Owner, I'm so sorry about that. Do you currently have anything in your portfolio? Do you currently have anything in your portfolio that's that the tenant is not performing and giving you a hard time, and your seller is threatening you or making you uncomfortable? Could you do you have anything that you may think that the owners may want to liquidate currently? Because I'm pretty sure if we buy it, we'll probably give you back the property management. Since you seem like you're doing such a good job. We call that what's showing them what's in it for them. You can't come and ask for something and don't give something in return. So even if you don't know what to give in return, you need to figure it out. Because that's the thing about cold calling. You have to be quick on your feet. There's not enough training in the world that's going to help you be quick on your feet. You got to have enough. You got to make these calls and get these calls in your belt to pick up and understand that she is the gatekeeper and she has no benefit to telling you that the owner want to sell, because that's money lost for her. So you have to open up her eyes and show her that pie to go at the end of the rainbow. Let's continue the call.
If you have any other properties that you would like to sell,
It's a possibility. Can I take your name and number?
oh, my name is actually Mary. I'm with In and Out Home Buyers. We're actually a real estate investors in the area, and we buy all kinds of properties, all for cash. You were asking for the number, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much. If you do have an inquiry, ma'am, you can contact us at 202-871-1698, and you can also visit our website at inandouthomebuyers.com.
Buyers.com. So it's INAND, right?
Yes, in and out
Okay.
home buyers.com. Yes. Well, thank you so much, ma'am. And would that be okay if we can call you like in 3 months if any case there will be changes in the plan?
Sure. Not a problem.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, ma'am. Have a great day and you take care.
Thanks, you too.
So she kind of cleaned it up towards the middle once she picked up that, hey, this is in fact a gatekeeper. And she asked and pushed for a referral. Do you have anything else that you may be selling? Yes. Now, this is a common objection that you get from a gatekeeper. They want to validate you and know who you are. So you must have a website. You must have a good callback number. And your cold callers yourself must have that information in front of you in real time, so there won't be any hesitation and there won't be any holes into your credibility. Because if you're like, let me get that for you, it kind of looks shady. You know what I mean? So she did a good job and she set an expectation. Let me call. It's okay. We call you back. Now, if it was me, I would update my notes and say, hey, this is a lady that owns a property management company and she possibly may have some properties that need to be liquidated. Then I would assign that lead to someone, and during their free time, that's when the acquisition person should have called her back and say, hey, Miss Murray, I'm not sure that was her name. I forgot her name. Hey, Miss Murray, I believe you talked to someone from my office yesterday in regards to us interested in a few properties that you may have in your rental portfolio under management that the owners may consider liquidating. It's now a good time where I can talk to you, and maybe you can kind of like give me some information about the properties so I can come up with a good offer for you, and maybe you can pass this offer along to the homeowners. Remember, you always got to show them what's in it for you. And like I said, if we make a deal, especially if these properties are occupied, I'm pretty sure the ownership, and my managers would probably keep you on as the property management. So that's how that works. So let's move on to, was it call 3? Let me see how long this call is going to be. What's wrong with the call? It's call 3. Oh, here you go.
Hi, good afternoon. Am I speaking to Noah Garte?
Speaking.
Hi, my name is John. I'm from In and Out Home Buyers, and I know this call is out of the blue, but I was calling about your property at 2031 Howard Street.
Okay.
I was wondering if you would consider an offer.
Not.
Okay. What do you mean by not ready?
I
Like,
said not ready. No, it mean no.
okay.
I'm not selling it.
Not interested yet, or not ready to sell yet.
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Well,
All right.
maybe you would like to hear an offer about your property, because there's a lot of people in your area actually motivated in selling their house. Maybe
Okay,
we
so
would
what
like
is the
to.
offer?
Okay. Well, I would like to give you the offer right now, but unfortunately, I'm gonna need to ask you a few questions about your property so that we can come up with an offer. Is it okay if I call, ask you some questions, maybe like 3 to 5 minutes about your property? Then I will come up with an offer. Is that
I
fine?
don't think I'm ready for. I don't think I'm ready for that right now. Yeah.
So that was the end of that call. Like I said, these calls don't go perfect. We wanted to show you a good call, a bad call, right? Seller isn't motivated. You could take a horse to the what they say. You could take the horse down to the pond and they gotta drink on their own or something like that. But the whole point is, don't get discouraged. Always push for a referral. If he would have said, oh, I'm not interested, great. Well, why I got you on the phone? Do you happen to know anybody that may be interested in a cash offer? In fact, we pay referral fees for people letting us know about other people that may be interested in selling. When you say that right there, people pause and think about it and say, you know what? My cousin may be interested in selling. There was, Apple can tell you I was on the call, and we're gonna start doing some of these calls too and put them out there where the guy, he was interested, but he wasn't interested. But what the first thing I did was push for a referral. And next thing you know, he clicked over. And when he clicked back over, he had his mom on the other end of the phone, and trying to, help me buy that from his mother. So at the end of the day, guys, pushing for a referral should be your priority on the cold calling side of things, because you never know what referral comes through your pipeline. There's been many instances where we got great solid leads from pushing for a referral. And like I said, always agree. Okay, great. I'm not interested in selling. Okay, great. Well, while I have you on the phone, do you happen to know anybody else that may be interested in selling? Okay, great. Is it okay if I just give you a call back in, a month or two just to see if things may have changed? Also, guys, if you're solo and you're not using VAs for cold calling, that's okay. This is for you too. But if you're solo and you're cold calling, look at the person's property information and prop string and look at link properties associated with that property. And sometimes you'll see people own 10, 15 properties, 10, 15 different properties that's attached to them. And then you can push for the first, hey, Mr. Seller, I know you have a few other properties. Let me ask you, would you consider offering anything else? Maybe we can't make a deal on this, which is completely okay. But listen, man, I got this money in my pocket and it's burning a hole in my pocket. Today is Thursday, and I'm trying to, clean out this account and spend everything I have, because next week I get more money to spend. So do you have anything else that I can put this money towards? That's the extra sauce right there. You see what I'm saying? Hey, I have this money in my pocket. It's burning a hole in my pocket. Today is Thursday, whatever day of the week it is. Listen, today is Monday. I got a nice big pot of money that my finance team giving me to spend to buy houses. I might can give you a little extra if you move forward with us today. I might can give you a little something if you allow my home buyer specialist to call you. I might get, tell them, hey man, throw a little something on top. Also, whispering, hey, I can tell my finance manager, throw a little something on top. I got you. Now, what's the best time tomorrow? Can they call you between 3 and 5? Sometimes as the cold caller, you have to start to act like the acquisition manager to a certain degree because they don't know the difference. I don't think nobody else going to tell you this, guys, but they don't know the difference. They don't know who's supposed to be closing them. They just know that they're supposed to get an offer. So at the end of the day, if you got to step over a little bit and show them exactly why they should be working with you, then do that. You know what I mean? Sometimes some people don't even realize that they should be selling their property. There's a lot of sellers out here that's in denial. And that's when you take the objections and the plain points they're giving you and you use it back against them, especially when you're trying to book an appointment. Let's move on to, I got a couple more calls. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the whole enchilada. I wasn't even supposed to do all this for you, but I like everybody. I want everybody to win. And I want you to know that working with VAs is a real thing, and I'm showing you proof in real time. But a lot of you guys out there got to go through these calls and give your feedback. A lot of you guys out there got to come up with better scripts and better verbiage and give people a way to sound more realistic on the phone and not just sound like a robot. And I think that's where the disconnect in this business comes from.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm looking for Orlando.
This is not her. What's going on?
Oh yeah, my name is Ed with In and Out Home Buyers. I know this call is a bit out of the blue, but I believe you own a property at 2608 North Spring Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to see if you would consider a cash offer on your property there.
What's your offer?
Okay. Well, for that, I may need to ask some couple of questions in order for me to relay it to our home buying specialist. In order for them to run the numbers, then we'll get in touch with you with an offer. Sounds good? So anyway, this will just take 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't have time to talk to nobody else. If you're gonna offer me something, offer me something. What you gonna offer?
All right. Well, I believe you would like to have that fair offer, right? Again, we can get to the closing table within just 7 days, okay? And
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me say this. I'm only dealing with serious offers, okay? Serious buyers, okay?
To be honest,
I'm gonna tell you what I'm offering. I'm on my offer.
okay, to be honest with you, I don't know if you've heard about us already, In and Out Home Buyers, but we are really a serious buyer, okay? We are a real estate investor, and I completely understand. I completely understand why you want to know that right away. Well, as of the moment, I can't say a figure, but if you allow me to just ask you a couple of questions, within 24 hours, you'll get your offer. 24 to 48 hours, you'll get an offer. Fair enough?
Okay.
Now, you see how he neutralized the seller. The seller came off aggressive. Yeah, this is what I'm going to need. I'm going to need this, and this is only what I'm going to take. And he reset the expectation. He reaffirmed to him who we are. Hey, listen, I don't know if you know who we are, but we're in our home buyers. We are a serious buyers. Okay? But if you want this good, fair offer, Mr. Seller, allow me to take 2 minutes of your time to get these questions answered so my home buying specialist can call you tomorrow. Then he closed them out by saying, fair enough. Write this down, guys. If you don't use this in your script, you're leaving money on the table. Fair enough. They're either going to agree or they're going to disagree. Most of the time, they're going to agree. So now he reestablished himself and he took back control of the conversation. Now he can move forward into this framework to getting the information he needs to pass off to the acquisition team. Let me
Wait,
finish.
there's
Okay.
one question, Antoine.
Okay, great.
From Arian, are you okay with the VA saying looking for and then the seller's name?
So most of the times, I would disagree with that. But if he knew that the person was a female name, which most likely was the case, it was a female name, and a guy answered the phone, it's naturally to go that route because you don't want to start off offending people early in the conversation.
So let me just run some quick questions here. Are you the owner of the property?
Yes.
Okay, so I am speaking with Mr. Orlando Tyler, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I just want to confirm your phone number, just so at least a good callback number, 314-283-951, 9518.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and again, your address is at 2608 North Spring Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri. 633. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here are my questions. How long have you owned the property?
For 5 years.
5 years, okay. And also, is the property currently occupied or is it vacant?
Yes.
Occupied, okay. And is your property listed with a realtor?
No.
How many bedrooms and bathrooms do you currently do you have?
Three bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 4 basement.
Okay, good. And is there any renovation made in the last 5 years?
No.
How soon can you sell your property? Again, we can close the deal within
Tomorrow.
just tomorrow. Okay, all right, sounds good. And may I know the reason why you would like to sell your property?
Just trying to get a better deal.
Okay, thank you. A better deal. Let me take note of that. And also, what is the condition of your property?
So when we ask that question, what's the reason why you're selling? It can go left and right. Usually they say it's none of your business. Sometimes something like this, looking for a better deal, he should have clarified better deal in regards to what, sir? Or looking for a better deal, great. Tell me a little bit about the better deal you're looking for. Because you're trying to figure out what does better deal mean. I don't know what better deal means, honestly. So I need to extract more information. The more intel I get, the more I'm able to submit this lead to my acquisition people, the more likely able to solve the problems and objections that the seller may have early in the conversation. So when someone says something to you that you're not fully understanding, backtrack and say, Mr. Seller, quick question, better deal. Can you elaborate on that for me just quickly? So make sure that when you're not understanding of something, because that little one breadcrumb can lead to you doing a deal or lead to you not closing the deal because you overlooked it and you didn't think it was that serious.
Get condition
Everything
that
is good. Everything is good.
sounds good.
No nicks, no dings, carpet clean, everything is good.
All right, that's perfect. And also, again, we offer or we buy properties in an as-is condition and with a cash offer. So you don't really have to worry to, invest a single dime on your property. Well, on that kind of offer, how much are you looking to get for your property? 80,000. Okay, is that negotiable?
No.
Unnegotiable.
A
It is
little bit.
negotiable.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
All right, then let me take note of that. Again, you've mentioned that you would like to, really sell your property ASAP. So would it be okay if our home buying specialist call you back within 24 to 48 hours?
Yeah. If they're gonna offer me the 80,000.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and also,
So he asked for permission. Remember, as you get further into the conversation, continue to ask for permission because you don't want someone to say no while you ask me that question. I'm not answering that question. Remember, Mr. Seller, I already asked you, is it okay if I ask you these questions? So just continue in your scripts to push forward in your scripts and making sure that you're asking for permission so you won't have any stupid objections that you got to overcome.
See here, it seems like a good property to really invest in. So if we buy the property, will we need to pay off any taxes, liens, or mortgages?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I believe I have all the information I need from you. So that next step for me now is to have our home buying specialist review the details and call you back with an offer. When would within 24 to 48 hours, they will call you back. Sounds good?
Uh-huh.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Orlando. I really appreciate that. And talk to you soon.
Thank you.
He almost slipped up and said, "When would you be available?" But
Hi, good afternoon. I'm looking for Orlando.
let me. But on our script, we don't give exact time, or we don't ask them a time. We just set the expectation that someone will call you between 24 to 40 hours. And here's why: because most sellers won't pick up the phone when you call the first time. So you have to continuously call. One of the things I learned last week, about 2 weeks ago, was people will more likely pick up the phone when you call them back 2 to 3 times back to back as the acquisition manager. So don't text them saying, "Hey, this is Antoine, give me a call," because they don't know who the hell you are. And that's another reason why not to answer the phone for you, right? Call them back. If you're calling the seller back on an acquisition call them back, 2 to 3 different times back to back. And I guarantee you they'll pick up the phone, or they'll at least call you back when they see that you called them 2 to 3 times. Because most people in their head think that it's somebody they know and it may be an emergency. So just make sure when you get them on the phone that you're a nice, warm, welcoming, and inviting. You don't want to come off as strong and aggressive early into the conversation. Here's another call we're going to do.
Yes, hi, good morning. Is this Kevin?
Yes.
Great. My name is Marie. How are you?
Hi.
Awesome. Well, I'm from In and Out Home Buyers for local investors in the area. I know that this call is out of the blue, but I was calling about the property I believe you own at 1919 Whitnell Avenue.
Yeah.
I know that the property might not be for sale, but I was just wondering if you would consider an offer on that property.
Sure.
Okay, well, do you have like 5 minutes of your time to talk about the property?
Sure.
Okay, wonderful. By the way, can you tell me about the property, like any major or minor repairs that needs to be done?
No major repairs. I mean, there's probably needs some tuck pointing, probably.
Okay, so what does the property need right now? I mean, the house. Any repairs that need to be done? You said that no major repairs, right? But nothing major, like just a repainting, probably.
No, we're painting right now.
Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, by the way, Kevin, are you the owner on the title?
Yes.
Awesome. And how long have you owned the property?
16 years.
Wow, 16 years. Nice. And is anyone living in the property right now, or are you living at this property?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. How many beds and bathrooms is the property?
1, 2, 3, 4. I guess you could say 5, 3.5.
5 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. Okay, awesome. Is there a garage?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And is the home listed right now with a realtor?
No.
No, it's not. Okay, all right then. Well, do you have like an asking price for the property?
Yeah, 350,000.
300.
Oopsie.
Hello. Repairs that need to be done.
2, 3, 4.
335,000. Is this flexible or negotiable?
No, that's pretty much about it.
Okay, got it, got it. Well, sounds like a good property. I'm actually looking at it using the information that I got here while I was driving around. So I was wondering, this is like a good property to invest in. May I ask, like, why you decided to sell the house?
If you give me that, it doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, everything has a price, right? So yeah, totally understand that. Well, if we buy the property, will we need to pay off any taxes, liens, or mortgage?
If we work a deal, then I'll pay off the mortgage. Yeah, there is a payoff.
So this goes back to early in the training where I talked about using your script but understanding relevancy with the script. So when he said, "Does that matter?" that question probably wasn't even as relevant, right? So you got to make sure that hey, this guy energy is not great. This guy probably, he may want to sell, yes, but I have to get as many questions answered without him, going to sleep on me because he don't even really feel like being on the phone. You could tell, right? So you got to make sure that you ask enough questions to get your point across. And sometimes when you have a person that's one answering you like that, get off the phone quickly as possible and get as much information and let your acquisition guy do the more talking. And just in the note, say, hey, this guy, he's very analytical just because he's giving one word answers. He's looking for 350. He's been in the house for 16 years, and he claims there's no damages to the property. Now, you guys know if you use your common sense, if a person owned a house for 16 years, right, and there's nothing wrong with the property, it's two things. He's even a awesome person that doesn't mess his house up, or he's a fucking bold-faced liar. So you got to take that information and say, hey, listen, this property needs probably everything. So the hesitation, when you listen to people and give your answers, listen to the hesitation and tonality of the responses they give you, and then you make your assessments from there. Remember, guys, it's your job to give them, the acquisition people, the intel to go in there to give them a solid offer. Now, if he owned a house for 16 years, he's interested in selling, he owed 350, great. Listen, my team is going to call you within 24 to 48 hours. If they don't call you within 24 to 48 hours, I will call you back to let you know what happens. Because sometimes, like this agent asks, what would you recommend for time frame if there's not enough time to call? So sometimes you gotta set the expectation that sometimes it may take a little longer, 24 to 40 hours. So you got to make sure that you get the information, reaffirm, and figure out his reason for selling. He didn't give his reason for selling. That's okay. That's what the acquisition goes through all of that extensive training for. They're gonna get the reason for selling. And let me tell you something, guys. If you're using prostrate in the most highest regard, 80% of the answers that you're asking, questions that you're asking that you're looking for answers for, is in prostrate. Maybe he's in pre-foreclosure. Maybe he has a bankruptcy attached to it. Maybe he did a refinance. He have a second or third mortgage. Maybe he had 6 or 7 different properties with at least 2 mortgages or more. The acquisition management, the way we train our acquisition managers, I can't speak for nobody else. They would go and get the information before they even make a call. We call that doing intel and doing due diligence and doing underwrite at the same time. So don't beat yourself up if you can't get everything off the call. Just make sure that you set the expectations okay to call them back in a day or two. Make sure that if you can't get a price out of them, you get a price out of them, and make sure that you get the reason for selling. If they're not, if they say, what's the relevancy of that or why, you need to know that, they say, hey, it helps us give you a better offer. You know what I mean? And like I said, you go back to the whisper. Hey, listen, I'll be honest with you. And when I ask that question, the more people like when I ask that question to most people like that, they usually get a better offer. So, just tell me what's your reason for selling. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to show people that you're on their side. You're their comrade. Any questions? Let's move into Q&A. We've been on here coming up on the hour.
One question again from Adrian. What would you recommend our VA to say as far as time frame to call back if by the time we get home from work, there's not enough time to call leads for a follow-up because we get home too late to call?
You need to fix your schedule, right? Sellers ain't waiting on you. So, the 24 to 48 hours is what we've been using for the last 2 years, and it worked perfectly. We used to do appointments. Me and my wife, LaShawn, we used to ride to houses, and then we used to set telephone appointments and nobody answered the phone at that time. So we decided to say, hey, 24 to 48 hours. And that gives me enough cushion of time to figure out in between my lunch break or in the afternoons or on the way home to make some calls. So you guys got to compress every second of your day, especially if you have a job. I'm speaking to all my jobbers, my part-time people, full-time people who's working for someone else, which is perfectly fine. That find time within that 24 to 40 hours that you're going to make these calls. Because at the end of the day, if you don't make them in the 24 to 40 hours, then most times they forget who you are. Now, there have been times where you got a bunch of leads piled up, you start to call people back. That's what we call follow-up calls. But that's when you can then say, hey, Mr. Seller, this is Antoine again. We spoke about 2 weeks ago, and I'm just touching bases with you to see where we at with things. They already know who you are. You already established yourself with them. But I'm talking about the prospects that you haven't even reached out to introduce yourself to. The amount of people you need to call within the first 24 to 40 hours. Whether you two, I know Adrian and Victoria, you guys are working together, whether you two block out your times or rotate times you call. So if you get off at 5 or 6 o'clock, guess what? You can legally call till 9 o'clock at night. So most of the people that's actually trying to do deals, the best negotiator I don't see thus far is between the hours of 4 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night. So if you can figure out a way to go into the janitor's closet at work or go down lunch break or tell your boss you got to take a shit to make an acquisition call, do what you need to do. Because at the end of the day, if you're not talking to them, I guarantee you somebody else is going to be talking to them. And then by the time you reach back out to them, oh, we're not interested. And then by the time you check posturing again, oh, this property done sold. Because our willingness to create a flexible schedule to make these calls. The average acquisition calls between 8 to 17 minutes. It all depends on how you build a rapport, especially once you get them to agree to an offer. Then you have to do what we call a cooldown point, which is basically talking about some stuff that really don't have nothing to do with what you just talked about, just so that they can feel good and confident about the decision they just made.
Okay, and it's for 20. The hours to call back is 24 to 48 hours, correct?
Yes, we always set that expectation. Hey, someone's going to give you a call from our office, and we don't give a name. We always say someone, so that way anybody can step into that position and make that call and represent you. Someone's or the home buying specialist, whoever you want to call it, is going to give you a call within 24 to 48 hours.
How many calls does it take to get a lead?
And that's a trick question. So you can get a lead in one call, right? But honestly, it all depends on the quality of your data and the list you're going after, right? So and that's something that we can't control. So what I tell people is create multiple different types of lists, create pain point lists, create bigger lists. Like look at marketing as fishing. When a fishing company just want to catch a bunch of fish, right? They don't care what fish it is. They just want to catch a bunch of fish and they ship it to the manufacturing company and let them sort it and sell it. They do a wide net fishing. So look at the wide net fishing that's any type of lead. That could be for wholesaling, buying hoes. It could be for seller finance, creative finance, whatever you want to call it. Use a big broad list such as high equity, long-term owners, vacant. But when we want to do what we call bottom fishing or fishing with a particular bait, and you're looking for a particular type of fish that's going to bite that bait, then that's when you pull your pre-foreclosure list, your pre-probate list, and the numbers can get a little alluring and sticky. It all depends on, like we just showed you guys, the way you position your calls, the way you set the expectations, and the way you're able to control the conversation. You see how the seller tried to overtake the conversation on the third or the fourth call I think I played, and the VA handled it well, right? That takes time. Your VA might not be able to do that the first month or 2 months with you. But if you continue to review these calls like we do and give them feedback, like I'm giving you feedback, they're eventually going to get it and it's going to click. You know what I mean? So listen, if you need a virtual assistant, text us right now, 202-335-3322. If you currently have a virtual assistant and they not, came from us, they come from someone else, great. Bring them over here. We'll cross-train them. And if you feel like they're not a match for you, if you feel like they're not a match for your business, we'll replace them with one of our VAs. And the beautiful thing about our VAs is we offer a 6-month guarantee of services, which basically means that any time between now and 6 months you're not happy with the services we provided you, we will replace the VAs free of charge, guys. Not too many people can stand on it. You have to have a big, complex operation to guarantee training and replacing VAs because it takes 2 weeks. Am I correct, Apple, to get our VAs from the time we interview them all the way to
15 days. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So it takes about 2 weeks to get them from the time of interview to certification. So that's a lot of labor. You know how many hands have to touch that VA just to get them to our pipeline?
It's a team.
It's a team effort. That's a lot of money we're spending. So for us
for accent training, for cold calling rebuttals, and then the nesting to do live calls, it's a team.
Yes. And it's not just me by myself and a few VAs. It's literally a team, So we do acquisition manager training, guys. That's something that we're known for. right? A lot of this stuff that we teach is setting up the acquisition team for success, right? Because if your acquisition team don't have the information and the intel they need to do their job, their close ratio is going to plummet. And then next thing you know, the business is not generating contracts. So if you're interested in acquisition manager, get yourself in there. Text me now, acquisition manager training. We do it every 2 weeks. And the crazy thing about it, we got some crazy updates that's happening to our acquisition manager training. I'm not going to announce here, but you will get an announcement. Get into it at the price that we're charging because the price is going up 3 times more than what we're charging currently because of what we're offering through this acquisition manager training. I guarantee you, you'll love it. And the beautiful thing is, if you currently already have a VA, you can bring that VA or your partner through the acquisition manager. Once you pay that fee, you can keep coming back as much as you want to train your team. So
Yeah.
get the training. I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's $999, right? But the beautiful thing about it is you get the scripts, you get to work with me for 5 days. You know what I mean? We help you. We teach you the objections. We teach you how to frame a call. We teach you how to make an offer. We teach you how to comp. We teach you how to underwrite. We teach you how to properly organize yourself where you can be a great acquisition manager. And if $999 is not something that's going to stop you from moving forward, reach out to me. Now, if $999 is going to stop you from moving forward, please don't reach out because we don't want to waste your time or our time. Just being straight up honest with you guys.
And
But
we just do not train them. We also train their VAs if they
exactly.
want to.
Yeah, so a lot of the VAs, we was one of the first companies that started to train VAs on scale, like a mass scale, to learn acquisitions, right? But now, even after our training, you yourself have to put these trainings together and teach your team. But if you don't know what you're doing, then that's when you come back to us. And at the end of the day, we are a training company first. Get back into these trainings. Come work with us. Come to Saturday school. This is something that's only for the people that work with us. We never put this out there to the public. But we want to show you the potency and what we do behind the closed doors to how we get the VA from, being an applicant all the way to working for you. Some people might tell you right now, hey, VAs don't work. And I tell people VAs do work. You don't work. You're not willing to put in the work to help them work. You're not willing to put in the training. There's no corporation in America who's going to hire an employee and don't have a training curriculum or training department or ongoing support or ongoing leadership support that's going to help better the employees to get better. There's no corporation that I can think of that don't have a training department. So why do you think you can come into business for yourself and not effectively train your people on a consistent basis and then use the trainer as measurements to hold them accountable instead of use your emotions? So many people come into this business and they use their emotions. Oh, my VA ain't doing this. My VA ain't doing that. But you haven't done nothing yourself. You haven't done nothing yourself. So you're expecting for a VA to come and pick up the pieces, the pieces that you won't even pick up for yourself. And that's the reason why you're not making any business. So at the end of the day, you guys got to start holding yourself accountable before you hold a VA accountable. Because I'm here to tell you, there have been so many people that got a VA from us that killed it. Some people, not so many people, that got a VA from us that said the VA don't work. We took back the VA. We gave the VA to the legitimate
Another
business owner
client.
who really is passionate about their business, who really have structure, who really have SOPs, who really meet with their team, who really hold their team accountable, who really invest in themselves. And their VAs went on and killed it. Acquisition VAs, this VA can't deal. Great. Give them here. Thank you. Go to the next person. They're doing 2-3 deals a week. What's the difference? It's not the VA. It's the quality and the ownership, the quality and the leadership, the quality and the passion. You have to be passionate if you want to be a business owner because there's going to be more bad days than good days as a business owner. I don't know. Nobody told you guys this. So you guys got to start to understand that I have to train myself. I have to train my team, and I have to build every single day. There shouldn't be a day that you're not building. You know what I mean? Let me see. I got a seller back on the follow-up call. He was upset and told me it was too late in the day for us to be calling him. 7:45. What is the best way to handle that? Let me ask you, what area code? I mean, what time zone are you calling from? Like, Pacific time, Central time, or Eastern time? Then I can give you a better response to that. Well, while waiting for that response, Victoria said facts. It's not always roses, guys. It's not always roses. I'm not. One thing about this whole VA stuff, I'm not showing you all the great stuff. I'm showing you the bad stuff too, because I want you to know what you're getting yourself into. I want you to know that you don't have to work. So if you calling back at 7:45 and the person is a little too late, agree. Say, you know what, you're right. It may be too late for you. This is usually when I'm talking to a lot of my other clients, so I completely understand if you feel like this is too late. Let me ask you a question. When is the best time that I can call you that's a more of appropriate time? Let them give you the play. Oh, anytime before 7 o'clock. Great. My apologies. Tell you what, I'm going to call you tomorrow around 6:30. Tomorrow around 6:30. Is that okay? Yes. Okay, great. Look forward to speaking to you. Like that, guys. You don't always have to be so confrontational. You don't always got to show you the big bad wolf or try to get your point across. Agree. Agree. You know what? You're right. I can understand. Hopefully that answers your question. Any more questions, guys? We got about a good 5 minutes. 11 o'clock, I'm going to wrap it up. I got to go to the barber shop. Been on boycott.
Let's invite them later.
Oh, yeah. Deal Mastery, guys. We having Deal Mastery tonight. Everybody should be in the part of the Deal Mastery. It starts at 7 o'clock. $49 ticket, guys. $49 ticket. 49. Listen to what I just said. $49 ticket. Pull up. Can you put that in the chat, Apple Deal Mastery? Can you comment in the chat?
I can't. So let me send it to you.
Yeah,
so you
send it
can
to me and I'll put it in the chat. Great info. No, guys, listen, continue to show up. When we do these events and these lives and stuff, take the information and apply it. The reason why most information don't work is because you don't apply it in a timely fashion. When I learn something new, I apply it immediately. Don't wait on it. Don't just be a information junkie. Apply that information to your business in some way.
One more question. You think it's wise to start out with one VA and got one, not just I got one and deferred the other one?
Hold on. What question that come from?
Young Jesus 91.
I don't see that. Let me go back up.
Maybe it's which one is better? One VAs, two VAs.
Oh, I'm gonna answer that. Let me answer this real quick. So I definitely apologize and started to get into action to call back, but he hung up on me. How would I handle him to call back at a later time? Two ways. It depends on your personality. If it was me, I'm talking for me. Remember, I'm very not aggressive, but I'm very straight to the point with things. I'd call him back and say, hey, listen, Mr. Seller, I appreciate you if you allow me to call you back tomorrow. Maybe your phone lost service. I'm going to take it as that. But I'm going to call you back tomorrow at 6:30 so we can get you a great offer on your property. Listen, guys, it's okay to move on from people. If you feel like a person is being disrespectful or the person is belittling you or treating you like trash, don't deal with them. Don't deal with them because I'm telling you, it's going to carry out throughout the transaction. And the possibility of that deal making it across the finish line is slim to none. See, you got to pick and choose who you want to make money with. And it's okay. I tell my VAs all the time, we're not going to tolerate mistreatment. That's from the clients, from people, that's from people, sellers, all the way down to people who pay us for our VA services. We're not going to tolerate you talking to us any type of way because you paid us a little bit of your money. A little bit of your money. $4.99 is not life-changing. $9.99 is still not life-changing. $9.99 is not worth someone belittling you. I don't care if you had to go to work and make $7 an hour to pay us that $4.99. That's not my problem. You're not going to disrespect us. And I think a lot of people got to understand boundaries in business. You get paid for a solution. You don't get paid to be mistreated. You don't get paid to put up with people's bullshit. You don't get paid to put up with people's insecurity. You don't get paid to be belittled. You don't get paid because someone paid for something. Now they have an emotional detachment from doing real estate. Now they want their money back. Not my fucking problem. And that's the same way you guys got to carry life and business.
There we go.
So you think it's wise to start out with not VAs? I got one and defer the other one. It all depends, guys. Ask yourself, look at them, what could I afford on a weekly basis? What could I give this business financially? If you can afford $200, get you 2 part-time VAs. If you only can afford $100, get you 1 part-time VA. But guess what in business? The less you have, the more you do. The more you have, the more you still do, but the more you can delegate, if that makes sense. Still do stuff in your business. Don't be so hands-off, but you can bring in that delegation tool to kind of accelerate things. And what I mean by that is, if you have 2 VAs that you can afford $200 a week to have part-time, still roll your sleeves up and get in there and get the work so you can get consistent, money back into your investment. So I want everybody to pull up at the Deal Mastery event tonight. We're doing it late tonight. What other ways besides calling and texting have you reach out to those sellers who don't answer after they agree to sell? One thing you can do is you can just send them a handwritten letter or card in the mail. Hey, I'm sorry if I think hey, this is Antoine reaching out. I just wanted to let you know that we're still interested in moving forward in your property. Here's my updated number. I'm not sure if everything is okay, but I wish you the best. Call me back so we can get you this wonderful cash offer. It's a program called Send Out Cards. Some of you guys, we were using that to send brownies and cookies. Send your prospects some cookies. Hey, listen, I'm sending you. You can say something funny. Hey, I'm sending you these cookies because I really want to buy your house. But if you sell me your house, I send you a case of these cookies. So the whole point is, you guys got to put humor into business. Some people probably haven't had a laugh in years. A lot of older people lost their husband, their widows. They're bitter. They're not bitter at you. They're just bitter because they hurt. Make them smile. Put a smile on their face. What about Deal Mastery? Deal Mastery is a 2-hour event we having tonight. Bring your questions. We're going to be talking about how to do deals. It's a $49 ticket. $49 ticket. No catch. Pay for the ticket, man. Even if you can't make it, pay for the ticket and watch the replay. Even if you learn 2 things, or maybe 1 thing from the call, is it worth $49? What if you learn 1 thing that can take your deal flow from 1 deal a month to 3 deals a month? Is that worth $49? Let me see. Continue to drop your questions, guys. What other ways besides calling, text, and mail do you use to contact those sellers and indicate they want to sell and request a follow-up? So, yeah, we just text and call. We text and call, guys. Don't overcomplicate it. If necessary, reach out to them. Text and call. They're going to pick up eventually. Try a different number. Try a different approach. Maybe they're not confident in you. Maybe honestly, maybe you didn't solve all of the objections. You move so quickly, and this is what we teach in acquisition training. If you don't have it, get it. If you move so quickly into the process and the script that you're not taking the time to listen to the objections. Now, here's one nugget that I never talk publicly. There's this thing called the silent objection. You can't hear it, you can't see it. It's only within them. And you have to be understanding how to pull out that silent objection and solve the objection before you move to the close. Oh, and how do you deal with the gatekeeper that wants to sell and the other person X that is blocking the seller. So you look at the title and see if that gatekeeper is on the title. If they're not, then you say, hey, Mr. Seller, let me ask you, is there anybody that you have to run this past before we move forward? Oh, yeah, my nephew. Oh, my cousin, my family lawyer. Okay, great. Is there a way that we can pause this conversation and get them on the phone so we can get them caught up to speed on what we're trying to accomplish together? Great. Oh, they can't get on the phone? Great. Well, tell you what, it's this app called Zoom. I would be more than happy to send you a link. And all they got to do is click the link and they'll let them in the room, and then we can just continue this conversation. I do think it's appropriate if this person is a part of the decision-making process, we loop them in so you won't have to go back and re-explain yourself. Easy. So how would you use them if you had two VAs? It all depends, guys. Like, everybody's business is different. What are you doing? You wholesaling? You virtually wholesaling? If I had two VAs and I started over again, the first thing I'd do is I would focus on generating as many hot and warm leads as possible, and I would do the acquisitions myself because I can't delegate something that I haven't mastered. I think that's what a lot of you guys are getting twisted, that you come to us for the acquisition and you don't want no part of the training. The whole acquisition program was designed to teach the clients, and they could bring their VAs and we could train them with them. And the stuff we're teaching, you use as the infrastructure to hold your VAs accountable to doing acquisition transactions. But if you pay for the acquisition training, you don't show up, you had the VA show up, and now you confused and lost and mad, and you don't know what's going on. That's not my fault. That's not my team's fault. That's your fault because as a leader, you haven't stepped up. You know, delegation is great, but you still have to be hands-on in your business. You still got to know what you're holding them accountable for. Imagine going to court and the judge don't know what you've been charged for and he able to sentence you. How bad would that be if you got 25 years for a charge you should have got 2 years for? Think about the VAs in that perspective. They get hired. They're being held accountable for something that the owners don't even know what the hell they hold them accountable for. They don't know what the call's supposed to sound like. They don't know the follow-up sequence. They don't know how to deal with objections. They don't know how to even send out contracts. We got clients that don't know nothing, but they want to hold the VA accountable for the foolishness that they made as a business owner, which is completely unfair. Listen, man, I sent one of my VAs over to the Close Olympus. They give us a run for their money. I take 2 VAs from acquisition managers and send over to the Close Olympus. Yeah, the X is not willing to sell because there's an objection that you have to close them separately. So what you need to do is go to True People Finder or True Finder, type in that address or name of that person. That X is going to pop up. If they've been in that person's life for long enough, that information is going to pop up as a relative or a related person or a close connected person. You call them up and say, hey, listen, my name is Victoria. I understand that you had a house with such and such. I'm in the process of actually trying to acquire that house. I just want to have a personal conversation with you to see what we need to do to get you on board with this situation. Let them pull their house out to you. They're going to be, that motherfucker cheater. He's a liar. He had sex with a girl in my bed and I wasn't like, it could be, I don't see it all. Show empathy. Show you care. Show that, hey, listen, I understand that, but let me ask you something. He's in a terrible situation where he haven't been paying a mortgage for 2 or 3 months. Would you want this to affect your credit to the point you can't even get a slice of pizza in your name on credit? Would you want that for yourself? Or would you want to liquidate this? I see there's a little equity in there. They're going to send you a nice check. Would you want to walk away with something? You have children? You have children? Oh, matter of fact, let me ask you this. What's one place in the world you would love to go? Oh, you would love to go to Turks and Caicos? Great. Well, tell you what. Let's do this deal. We do this deal. I'm going to personally get you a ticket to Turks and Caicos. You get the hotel, and you go to Turks and Caicos. Oh, your children have been to Disney World? Let's see how we can help you do this deal with me, and we get them to Disney World. How about that? You got to find what ticks for them. Maybe it's not materialistic. Maybe it's not traveling. Maybe they want to just go somewhere or do something. Maybe they want to go to a dispensary and buy a pound of weed. Figure out what that is and offer them a solution. See, the thing is, guys, none of you guys are acting as solution providers. You guys are acting as wholesalers. And that's the difference. That's the reason why people are doing and crushing it and they're separating from the people that's struggling for years and years. Because you're not providing a solution to the problems. Hey, listen, let me get, why I got you on the phone, I understand, your ex did this, or, you don't want to sell, but some money is better than no money. Use your mama as a reference. Use your grandma as a reference. Hey, let me tell you what my grandma told me. Off the record. Some money is better than no money. The last thing you want the bank to come in here and take this house. And you could have walked away with some type of money. Well, I'm not going to sell a house. Well, great. You don't have to sell a house. Tell you what. Let me figure out a way to help you move past this. Do you want to just take your name off the deed and let him sell a house? Or do you want to just work something out where you make some great money on this house? Figure out the pain. Yes, keep speaking with them. Eventually they're going to break. Some people are scorned and hurt and bitter. You got to understand, guys, when you're dealing with these sellers, you're dealing with everything they're going through in life. Their mergers, their divorces, their job loss, their children suffering from cancer. They can't afford treatment. Their drug addiction, their gambling addiction. You are the counselor, guys. You are the financial advisor. You are the family therapist. You are everything. You're the mediator. You are the moving company. You are the tenant placement company. You're everything to make this deal happen. You are the solution provider. See, you guys got to show them, listen, here's the trick. Show them that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. What's in it for me? If you don't learn nothing from today's conversation, just know that what's in it for me. That's how everybody feels. How can I benefit from you benefiting? If you're presenting a situation where you're only benefiting, no one's going to do the deal with you. But if you're showing them and opening their eyes that, hey, this is how you're going to benefit. Remember, Mr. Seller, we're going to get you the Turks and Caicos. We're going to get this deal closed. Let me tell you, I want you to get this. We're going to do this deal. I understand your ex did all this to you. I understand that your ex is a terrible person. Okay, but let's get you the Turks and Caicos so you can drink and have a good time, and your ex help pay for that. Wouldn't that be great? And I want you to post on Instagram how great you are and how your ex helped pay for this trip. How about that, Mr. Seller? Or Mrs. Seller, or whoever that person may be. So listen, everybody on the call, if you want to continue this conversation, get your butt over to my website, buy your ticket to Deal Mastery, $49. I don't even know why we even do $49 events, but I understand why we do $49 events. It helps people. You know what I mean? And if it's going to help you, buy the ticket. If it's not going to help you, don't buy the ticket. But I'm pretty sure that if you're watching this YouTube or my Facebook Live, you need some help in some regards. You done tried everybody. You done went to every Facebook group. You done went to every event. You done paid for every course. Why not throw another $49 in a bucket? That's all I'm saying. You guys got to think a little more complex as a business owner. If this $49 investment I'm making for my business is able to help me do an extra deal a month or help me close that lead that I've been working on for 6 months, is it worth it? That's all I'm saying. I know the information work because I have the clients that proves it. I know the information work because every other day I check my Instagram DMs and someone's telling me how they made money with the information. So the information works. That's established. The problem is, will you work with the information? That's all I'm saying. But listen, guys, we're going to continue. We do these Saturday schools. These are private events. We just decided to just do it today publicly just to see and show you guys that the information we provided, our training, our VAs is real. It's accurate. It's always updated. It's the fresh. It's the best of the best. and you can get you a VA for $4 an hour. Text me right now. Obviously, there's an upfront fee, $499 to just be able to get up to 2 VAs with us. But guys, and when you look at the model we created for you, you're winning out the gate, because if you go to a call center that charges you $10 an hour for the same exact VA with less training that we're providing you, that 40-hour week VA becomes a $400 week VA. But that same 40-hour week VA without model becomes a $160 week VA. Within a month of paying that VA at $4 an hour compared to $10 an hour, it will pay for the $499 fee. Plus, you got a 6 months guarantee of service. That's why it's a no-brainer. That's why we don't run Facebook ads. We don't chase people. We just say text us. That's it. Because if it makes sense for you, you're going to do it. If it don't make sense, okay, you don't disqualify yourself. So, Shanita, you pay us a $499 fee. What the $499 fee goes towards is training your VAs, finding your VAs, onboarding your VAs. The VAs can be able to come to ongoing training just like you're watching today. I'm showing you proof of the training we provide. And you have a 6 months guarantee of service. Right? So that's the beautiful thing about what we offer as a company. You have a 6 months guarantee of service. So if $499 is not objections, not in a way, you're moving forward with up to 2 trained VAs. You don't have to get both right now. Up to 2 trained VAs. Text my phone number right now so I can get on the phone with you and come up with a solution for you. We have a bunch of other stuff we can offer, but I'm not going to overwhelm you today. I'm just going to focus on VAs today, because a lot of you guys need cold calling VAs, and whoever's watching the replay, the number will still be working. Text me right now, 202-335-3322. Myself, or I got a couple of people on my sales team, will give you a call and get you an invoice and get you situated with your VA. But like I said, the $499 fee is a drop in the bucket when you look at the marketplace. There's 2 ways to do this business before we came about as a company. One way was to go pay a call center $10 to $12 an hour. They provide the same stuff we provided. The other way was to take your chances online to another marketplace such as Fiverr or Upwork or whatever. Get a VA that's not working for you directly, that doesn't have no dedication, that's not trained, that doesn't come with a 6 month guarantee of services, and pay them and hope for the best. But we kind of made a wager between the both of them, and now you're able to have exclusivity with your VAs where you work exclusively with them. You're able to meet with them, train them, pay them directly, build a culture with them. That's the difference. You can't build a culture with a Fiverr VA. You can't build a culture with Upwork VA. You can't build a culture with a call center VA, because you don't know if you're going to get that same VA next week.
For Shanita, no worries. We'll have somebody to call you to explain all the ins and out of the BA Mastery program that we have. But definitely, you will be, with that package, you will be getting 2 VAs, trained and vetted VAs for cold calling, and a warranty of 6 months. If it didn't work for you, you can have a replacement for that.
Yeah, so the VAs, like I said, this Saturday school is training exclusively private, that's dedicated towards the VAs and the owners. So we just made this public today just to show you a teaser of what we can offer you in your business without training. This training alone is worth more than $500. So imagine getting this ongoing training, you're getting the support, you're getting a certification, you're getting a warranty, and you're getting the VAs at the lowest cost possible and the quality of it. And we're going to guarantee that it's going to work for 6 months. So if you're interested, just text us, and I guarantee you we'll hook you up with someone amazing. And if you're still not happy, you got your warranty, right? Because nothing's perfect.
6 months.
6 months. That's a long time to get you. I see 30-day warranties. I see 60-day warranties, but 6 months? Why we chose 6 months? I explained to you why we chose 6 months. Because we know that it takes 6 months for an employee to fully adapt and go into their role in any business. So if that applies to any business and you're trying to create a wholesaling business, why not take that same thought concept and apply it to us? So that's why 6 months. Yeah, and that's why, listen, Shanita, we always answer the questions, and we come on here with full transparency because I just wanted you to figure out what you need. Maybe you just need one VA. But guess what? You don't have to hire the 2 VAs for the $499. You could defer your second VA, and when your business pick up or when you need other things in your business, you come back to us within a 6 months time frame, as long as it's within 6 months, and you declare your second VA. That's what most of our clients do. You don't have to start off with two VAs, right? So
And they can also do part time, right? Part time or full time.
yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about life. Nothing's guaranteed. You can walk out here tomorrow and drive down the highway and get hit by a freight liner and be dead. Nothing's guaranteed. But what I'm saying to you is, as long as we're fully operational as a company and we're taking care of customers, as long as I got breath in my body, there's no warranty for you. That's all I'm saying to you. So, I'm not trying to be confrontational. We're just trying to put you in the game, coach. So that's what the warranty. We've been doing this for the last 2 years, and we've taken care of thousands of people. I'm pretty sure we can squeeze you in with the next 1,000 people. That's all I'm saying. But other than that, guys, listen. I see you here tonight. If you want to come to the
Deal
event
Master.
tonight, Deal Master event, it's $49, guys. Listen, you can't even go for dinner for two to a steakhouse for $49 these days. So $49, guys. CEO929.com/Deal Mastery Workshop. Make sure you put www in it. For some reason, it won't take you straight to the link. So www.CEO929.com/Deal Mastery Workshop. Grab your $49 ticket. Even if you got something planned for tonight. Soon as the event over, guess what, guys? We got new technology. Soon as the event over, the replay is available instantly.
Okay.
No more waiting 2 days for us to take it from Zoom to upload it. No more waiting for us to chop it up and remaster it. We're going straight to the replay. So soon as the event is over, within 30 seconds, you are able to watch the replay. So if you're out tonight with your family, friends, chilling, still get the ticket. So when you come back, you got something to look forward to. And it's an on-demand replay. You can continue watching as much as you want. So
I got worried there for a second. I thought you're going to say the big reveal already.
no. We're saving it for next week. Next week we got some amazing stuff lined up. Also Monday night, we're doing a open house webinar too, where I think I'm just going to stream it straight from StreamYard. I think the webinar for Monday night that we got set up in Livestorm, it should be straight here on StreamYard so everybody can see it.
Okay.
We're going to be talking about a new component to our business we launched called Learn at Home. So if you have little children that want school tutoring and homeschooling stuff, we have the VAs in the Philippines on standby for that. Teachers and all of that great stuff. They're going to be teaching and shadow teaching your VAs. And like I said, it's still going to be an affordable solution. So if you ever wanted like a dedicated teacher or tutor for your children, 2 hours a day, we have that for you. We're going to probably do it straight from here from StreamYard Monday instead of live stream, just so everybody can see it.
And your children are being tutored by teacher Carla, right?
Yes, teacher Carla been working with my children over a year now. So if you notice, I waited till a complete full year to put this out there because I wanted to make sure that it works and is effective. And the curriculum is amazing. My children are learning. When we went to Florida, they still never stopped school. This summer, they was in school the entire summer, never missed a day. So it's a great thing. If you're an entrepreneur on a go like me, that's something you want to look into. I guarantee you, once we reveal this, everybody in Mother going to start offering the same thing because we are trendsetters. So at the end of the day, guys, I see you tonight, man. If I don't see you tonight, maybe I catch you another one of my lives. But I'm gonna see you again. Don't you worry about that. And we're looking forward to working with you guys. And if you got some deals you need help sold, send them over to me. Text my phone 202-335-3322. We can get them sold for you. And we'll tell you straight up, hey man, you locked us up too much. Hey, this is what I would go back and negotiate with. This is what our buyers think. We have a big buyers list. So yeah, we got a lot going on. I'm not going to announce nothing else, but we got a lot going on. All I can tell you is make sure that you're on my email list and make sure you're paying attention because September is the month for myself. And I'm speaking to myself, guys, that I turn my life around. I turn my life around in different ways. So I just want to make sure that everybody got the memo. You know what I mean? So we working on a whole lot of stuff.
We will contact Lydia for her question about revving up for the second month.
Yes, Shanita. Text my phone, and I will call you literally right now to speak with you, and I will make sure you talk to my wife too. What they say? Me and my partner have our first VA through you. We are only a month in, coming up on our second month. Any advice to help us for next month? Okay, let me give you some quick advice, guys. Here's some good stuff. Set a goal, right? Make sure that you are setting goals because without goals, you're just shooting in the dark. So make sure you set realistic goals. It's okay to be ambitious, but be realistic with yourself. If you're trying to get to 2 deals a month, let's do the math. How you going to get to 2 deals a month? Well, you got to figure out how many offers you need to make to even get one contract. And you got to figure out how many contracts you need to even close a deal. Because some people get this impression that when you get a contract, that you're going to automatically close that contract. There's a lot of moving parts to getting a contract from contract to close. So come up with a formula to figure out how to get to 1 or 2 deals a month. Maybe that's your VAs producing 3 to 5 leads a day, and maybe that's you making 25 offers a week to get to 2 contracts a week. And then 2 contracts a week equals 1 closed deal in a month. So 8 contracts, maybe 1 or 2 may close in 30 to 45 days. You got to set the expectation. Now, if you currently are struggling with lead flow, with lead generation, then you need to look at what type of marketing you're doing, what time of day you're calling, where you're getting your data from. All of that's a variable into doing business. After that, then you want to make sure that if you're trying to get the deals, then you may want to look into taking that VA and adding another source of lead generation. If you can afford Lead Factory, a program that we own, where we actually text and call for you, we send it right now between 2 to 5 leads a day to our clients on a daily basis. I would definitely add that to the rotation. Because what it is you don't have enough leads. And if you don't make enough offers, you're not going to get contracts. So making sure you bring in enough leads on a daily basis and making sure that you're taking time, like I told Adrian earlier, taking time out your day to actually call the leads you produce. Because you can generate as many leads as you want, but if you're not talking to nobody and making offers, you're not doing what you need to do. So make a standard of how many leads, meet with them, listen to the calls, provide feedback, and then get on somebody's acquisition training. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're not trained in somebody's sales training or acquisition training, don't matter who it is, start somewhere. Even if you got to just go to YouTube for free right now to say acquisition training, sell objections, closing sellers over the phone, rebuttals, whatever. Start there first. I'm not the type of person who's going to tell you to keep coming to me, but if you can't afford it, start there first. And then eventually, when you get some money, come to see somebody similar to me. It don't even have to be me. Maybe you don't like me. That's cool. But go to somebody that's going to get you the information where you're going to grow your business and take your business to the next level. That's all I'm trying to tell you guys. And you can't do this business without consistently training yourself in sales. We're getting good leads with our VA just trying to get the contract. Yeah, so the issue probably be the sales training, guys. You need the acquisition training, the sales training. We're having a class starting Monday. Every other week we do it, right, Apple? It's starting
Yes.
Monday. We got some new material we including in the class. So get there, man. If you can afford the $9.99, get it. If you can't, get to YouTube and start watching some people's sales calls. You got to get good on the phones, listen to sell objections, and making offers. That's the only way you're gonna get contracts. Adrian, we appreciate you guys. Listen, we're coming up on almost an hour and 45 minutes. I love YouTube. I love Facebook. I'm glad I went on YouTube today. I just felt really energetic. I got to get my hair cut. Been on boycott. Let me tell you about this. My barber done left me and moved to California. So, I've been getting my hair cut at home for almost 2 years. So I'm not used to going to a barbershop. So now I got to take time on my schedule to go to a barbershop until I find a new barber that can come back and start to cut my hair. Oh, I think who's that? That's Alex, right? GG Holmes. I think that's Alex. What's up, brother? Hope all is well, man. Hope you take into consideration what we talked about yesterday, because I'm looking forward to working. Let me know. I found one dude. It's just that the inconvenience of actually going to a barbershop. Like when you like people, it may seem small to you guys, but when you can text somebody and say, "Yo, meet me here at 10 or 11 at night, or come in 9 at night," after I come home from working, and the process of taking time out your schedule, going to a barbershop, sitting, waiting to be called, that's 2-3 hours of your valuable time you could be doing elsewhere. So that's my whole thing about you know, the barbershop. Hey Shanita, I tried to cut my hair myself in the 10th grade, trying to save $20. And it went good. Everything went good. And I tried to get cocky and didn't know that once I took the guard off, it's not going to cut even and nip myself like right here. And I had to end up cutting my hair real low. And I had to wear a hat in school. The teacher told me to take my hat off, and everybody started laughing at me. I used to be a good Jonah too. And everybody started laughing at me, and somebody tried to slap the back of my neck, end up punching them, getting suspended for 12 days. And ever since then, that $20 I was trying to save on my haircut, I told myself, no matter what, if I can't do it on my own, I'm going to get somebody else to do it for me, because pay people what they're worth. You know what I mean? I think that's the issue right now that we're having in life. No one wants to pay nobody what they're worth. Everybody wants to do stuff for their own, and that's why they're not progressing. But other than that, guys, we're going to stop it here. I want you to watch the replay. If you think that this live was something of value, let us know. We'll put some more stuff out here like this for you guys. And come to the event tonight. If you want acquisition training, come to the event. If you're watching the replay, text us about the VAs. You see the training. This is a small piece of what we do. We have accent training. We have, what else we offer for our VAs? We have so much support for our VAs.
Objection handling,
Extra handling,
rebuttals, and
rebuttals,
and then American cultures,
American culture. So we teach them about the calendars and the days and the
the time zone,
time zone and all of that stuff.
and of course the live calling.
Oh yeah, and a live calling. So we put our VAs on the phone. If you notice, all of them is calling from one of my dummy real estate companies that I decommissioned. We've started a new one, so I'm not going to put that name out there. But they call from my company because we want to make sure that they're actually making good quality calls.
And they will not graduate, not unless they were able to get an appointment.
Exactly. If they don't book an appointment, they don't get certified. So you got all that behind you. But other than that, guys, listen, I see you later on tonight around 7 o'clock. I got some stuff to do during the day. Peace and blessings. Text my phone right now. I'm going to get on a phone call with a few of you guys before I head to the barbershop. And get my Saturday started and see if we can help you out. And we can help you out. We get you signed up, and Apple will forward your stuff over to our CS teams, customer service team, and boom, it's good. So I gave my VA off because it's Labor Day. I know it was doesn't have nothing to do with me, but it's not my holiday. Yeah, so let me tell you about holidays, how you can double down on productivity. Holidays, you can make half a days where you can just make it exclusively for training or improvement of your business. So you can have them come in early in the morning shift. Y'all do training, then let them off the half a day. Or you can just give them the holidays off. So like some holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving, we just shut down the whole office, everybody off. And most times,
Business as usual.
yeah, we still busy, and I usually pay people. I pay them for that day off too. So
Yeah. So we work on a Monday, even though it's holiday here in the Philippines.
yeah, we still got a lot to do, so we can't afford to miss a day. Missing a day in our business and all the businesses we operate right now is like missing a week for most people.
Yeah. You don't want to miss it because the work will pile up.
Correct. But yeah, so we're going to end it here. Like I said, guys, if you need anything, if you're watching the replay, the number's still going to work as long as I continue to pay the bill. 202-335-3322. Talk to you guys soon. So much stuff we're planning for September. Get on our email list. That's all I'm going to tell you. Adios. Peace and blessings.